Hello, my name is John, and today I'm going to teach you how to make blueberry pancakes. The great thing about this video is you can kind of apply a lot of this information to any recipes you wanna cook something. This will be really helpful for you for learning some of the vocabulary and things like that. Okay, we're going to start off with measurements. So in a recipe, let's start off with ingredients. Those are very important. So when you're for blueberry pancakes, one of the most important ingredients is flour. Okay, that's like that sort of white powdery substance. It's white and like fluffy, powdery. Salt, everyone knows what salt is, I think. So that's white as well, harder than flour. Milk, of course, everyone knows what milk is. Most people, so it's cow's milk. Some people who can't have milk products, they might have soya milk. Eggs, so chicken eggs. But I suppose you could use duck eggs. Oil, there are a few different kinds of oil. A lot of the recipes for blueberry pancakes would use maybe sunflower oil, but you can also use olive oil. I use olive oil, and that's fine for me. Sugar, there's like either white sugar or brown sugar. There's actually quite a few others, but the healthier choice, they say, is brown sugar. Blueberries, of course, one of the most important ingredients. I know in Canada here, blueberries are they're very popular, very good. I don't know if there's blueberries in your country. I don't know. And maple syrup. Maple syrup is also it's something that we as Canadians are very famous for, maple syrup. And it comes from a tree, and it tastes like honey. Okay, so those are the ingredients. Now, when you are mixing the ingredients, it's important that you have the right amount of ingredients. So when you see in a recipe, they have a measurement, so how much of something. Sometimes it's measured in grams, and sometimes the symbol is just like a small g. Cups, there's sometimes the measurements in cups. Could be 1 cup, or could be half a cup, a quarter, an eighth of a cup. Milliliters, sometimes. Tablespoon, this is very important. Tablespoon is TBSP. And teaspoon, which is much smaller, is TSP. Okay, don't make that mistake, because there's a big difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. Okay, so those are the measurements. And sometimes if you don't know something, the recipe is in grams, you can, type in Google conversion, and then you can convert, say, grams to cups if you don't have like a gram measurement. I usually do that. Okay, so also very important is their cooking utensils. Okay, this is like the equipment, the things we use to make this the blueberry pancakes. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm going to give you the instructions later, but basically to mix all these ingredients together, we can whisk. This is called a whisk. It's something that you use by hand. This is the best illustration I can think of. But you could also blend it in a blender. But I usually sort of whisk. I usually whisk my ingredients together. It's kind of just like mixing the ingredients. And of course, you want to mix it in a bowl. Okay. The other thing we're going to use is a spatula. Okay, sometimes it's plastic, especially if your pan, this thing that you used to cook with, is if maybe you don't want to scratch the bottom of it. So sometimes the spatula is made from plastic. Okay, so I'm going to give you the instructions now on how to make blueberry pancakes. Okay, so here are the instructions. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that bowl that you had, remember? And what you're going to do is you're going to mix together 1.5 cups of flour. That was that white powdery stuff. Put 1.5 cups in there. 1 tablespoon of sugar, so that could be brown or white. Okay, put that in the bowl. A pinch of salt, and this is like pinch. This is to pinch. I don't like when people pinch me, but so a pinch of salt is like this much, and then you just put that in the bowl. 125 milliliters of milk, so pour that in. 1 egg. Crack that in, okay, so crack that in. 1 tablespoon, remember the difference between teaspoon and tablespoon. This is a tablespoon of oil. Put that in. And so you're going to whisk or mix that, okay? You're going to mix that together, mix all the ingredients. And it should be the pancake mix or batter, actually. It's called a batter. Pancake batter is the mixture. Should be sort of liquidy, okay, or like watery, something where you could pour it in. Not too much though, okay. And so after you've mixed it together, what you're going to do is in your pan, you're going to put a little bit of oil in the pan. Wait for it to get quite hot. And then you're going to pour out or spoon out your mixture into the pan. And it will make like a little circle. Okay? And then you're going to cook it. Now, how do you know when the other side is done? Well, this is very easy. So in your pan, you will see the pancake like this, okay? And the way you know it's done is when you see these little bubbles. These are like bubbles. When you see lots of little bubbles on this side, then you can flip or turn it over, okay? Sorry, I forgot to mention also, after you've mixed that together, you want to just throw in your blueberries like that. And that's it. That's how you make blueberry pancakes. And of course, once it's done, you put them on a plate, and then you put on lots of maple syrup if you have it. Or if you don't have maple syrup, you could just use honey, yeah? And that's how you do it. So this is an excellent way, like any cooking, following recipes and things like that is an excellent way for you to learn English. It's really great. And it's fun too, because afterwards you make it and you can eat, and that's great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more fantastic videos just like this, go to www.ingvid.com.